What is up, guys? Today is March 20th, 2026. It is Friday. Friday price action. How did I take my trade? Where did I take my trade? And how does everything kind of play out today? So, I created two scenarios in my head. Again, I did take two trades today. One got broke even and one ended up hitting. Last night, I guess I made a mistake. My accounts were connected. I was testing with my new indicator that I built, and my accounts were connected. Not sure how. Was almost 99.9% sure I was on my paper trading account, and I ended up taking a loss, not with my indicator, but me specifically taking a trade. Again, just testing, nothing too serious, and I got on my accounts and it said that was down, so I was like, okay, weird. But again, not too big of a loss, but that did minimize my profits on the day. But before I go ahead and start this, let me guys show you guys my P&L in today. So as you guys see, I hit about for on my Instagram about $600 today. And as you guys see, I only made $225 across my account, so it was about $1,000 day. Um, Again, was able to make these profits back. Stupid mistake on my end this morning, or sorry, not this morning. Last night, and yeah, got to learn from that. I don't know how that happened, but it did. So can't really complain about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys price action, my two scenario trades on the day, and let's go ahead and get into this. So today, overall, you kind of had to be bearish, right? There was two conditions that I marked out that I was looking for price to do off of open. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys that. So as you guys can see into open, what did we do? We're manipulating higher, of course. So we're distributing higher, but again, we have our draws down below, and we also have this weekly low that ES took out and NASDAQ didn't. So we have a bullish SMT, which led me to be bullish, but again, we're so extended to the downside. You don't want to be the hero in this example to long it and just be like, oh, I'm going to catch the bottom of this and long this. No, you realistically don't want to. But today was another example of react, don't predict. So I created two conditions. What was my first condition? My first condition was this 30-minute fair value gap that was unfilled. I'll go to 30-minute. So unfilled 30-minute. What do we do going into market open? We came up and filled this 30-minute. Okay, beautiful. Condition actually took place, in pre-market. Perfectly fine. So now potentially, if we were going to get a bearish reaction, I could look for shorts. And my second condition was off of open, we manipulate lower. Obviously, we did this right before market open, literally a few, like 2 minutes before it. So before this candlestick, realistically, I was waiting to see if price wanted to react down to this unfilled 15, which I can show you guys. Let me go ahead and show you guys. Oh, this is the 15-minute. So don't worry about this. This unfilled 15 right here. So this was condition one. Or yeah, not even one. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you guys this as far as the condition. Again, this is just my bias and how I kind of look at things, and where it's obviously increased my win rate pretty excessively. So let's go to the condition. So I kind of created two conditions in my head for market open. We have this 30-minute unfilled 30-minute up above. We have this unfilled 15-minute above. Does market want to manipulate lower into these gaps or higher into this 30-minute? And then we could start to kind of wait for our confirmation on the lower time frames once we scale down. Shoot, let me go back. Okay, cool. So now we're going to scale down. Again, this is a little bit before market open. Let's go play this out. Right, going into market open, as you guys can see, what did we create? So we traded into this 30-minute fair value gap unfilled. So we filled this 30-minute, and now we're getting this bearish reaction out of it. As soon as market opened, what did we do? We dumped. So this is a great idea for me. I faded this trade, unfortunately. Literally A+, 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 A+. I personally just don't like trading this early in the market open, but again, when this setup like this takes place, you got to take it. It's such a good trade. My indicator actually did call this out as well. I'm just going to go ahead and show this to you guys. So as you guys can see, my indicator called this out for an A trade, rated to A. Again, I still just didn't take this trade. I should have faded it, but all good. I was patient, and once we traded into this 30-minute, what was I waiting for? I was waiting for a pretty much confirmation to go lower. We got a confirmation for this short. Okay, awesome. Missed this trade. Okay, so now in this example, kind of what am I looking for in order for us to get some sort of continuation lower? I'm looking for a 5-minute fair value gap to be formed. And what do? We formed this 5-minute. Beautiful. So now I'm looking for price to trade into this 5-minute and continue lower. And again, once we have this 15-minute gap and we filled it, we're kind of in between gaps. But when we have a 5 minute fair value gap like this and we end up respecting it, this 15 minute really doesn't mean much to me anymore. Of course, we were respecting this 30 minutes, so we're delivering off of this. And again, this is more of a continuation. So another thing you can look at is in this leg, oops, sorry, in this leg right here that we have, obviously this massive downtrend. So what do we have? This equilibrium of this range matched up perfectly with 50% of this fair value gap. I love to see that. So what did we do off of this? We're respecting 50%, and what did we do? We created this 5 minute, holy moly, we created this 1 minute fair value gap, and I'm looking for confirmation to want to continue this lower. I also faded this trade. In these kind of situations, you guys are probably maybe thinking, well, why did you fade this? This was A plus. A lot of people took this. It was A plus. I think a lot of the today was honestly my mindset. I couldn't really sleep last night. I don't know why. Didn't, I kind of like messed my morning routine up. I was kind of off schedule. And, this kind of just shows you why, trading is so mental and psychological. And when you're off, it truly affects you. So this was my second trade. And with this inversion, we're so, extended at this point. Like, this was a good trade. I'm going to go ahead and play this out for you guys. I was looking to take this, but again, I faded it. Honestly, because we were so extended. Like, if at this point you would have entered this, stops would have had to been up here. And then what are you targeting? Obviously, like this sell side down here. Or, if you were really feeling generous, you could start targeting this weekly low. So, like, this would have been a big trade. Let's go ahead and play this out. So, in this trade scenario, obviously it would have played out really well. And for a 1-to-1, this doesn't make sense. Why? This is negative RR, and this is our, London low and our significant draw that we could potentially be targeting. So, like, in this example, you would have to target this, and if you were targeting this, your stops would have to be so tight. Like, and that doesn't make sense for a stop loss, right? So, I kind of faded this. It was a really, really good trade, so shout out to anybody that did. So now, let's go to head to where I took my trade. So now that I identified, I'm looking for more of a continuation. We have our draws down below. What are we doing? We created this 2-minute fair value gap, and we're respecting it. We also have this tiny, well, not even tiny. We have this 3-minute. So, like, you can kind of call it both of those. But again, I'm looking at this 2-minute, obviously, to get respected and then potentially look for an entry to go short. So let's go ahead and play this out. Where did I take my trade? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so let's go ahead and play this out. Continue. Wait, what the heck? Oh, goodness gracious, guys. Talk about being off schedule. I can't even think straight. So in this example, I really like this displacement. What are we delivering on? We're delivering off this 2-minute. We filled it. What are we doing? So we're pretty much just continuing this trend in my eyes. So I was looking to take a short here. Why? Because we're creating this, obvious, of course, downtrend. What did we do? We traded back into this 2-minute, and then what? We're kind of creating this trend back up, and then what? We traded back up for a lower high. Didn't break structure. Nothing serious. Like, you could call this a break of structure, of course, once we closed above this. But again, nothing too serious in my eyes. On the higher time frames, we didn't break structure, so I'm looking for this trend to continue. So I took shorts here once we inversed this 1 minute. I would call this a B-rated setup. I didn't love this, but I didn't hate it. So I took a stab at this. Of course, I entered shorts. My break even was before this 1 minute fair value gap because we could potentially fill this gap and reject. So again, let's play this out. Right here in this candlestick, we traded lower. Right here, I was able to go break even here, and what we do, we shot straight back up. So break even trade for me right here. Just being safe, but again, this still wouldn't have played out. So good call on my end. Wanted to take a stab at this. I liked it. I didn't love it. So again, now what are we doing? We're delivering. Again, we came back into this 2-minute, and what we do? We came back up, respected it, and now we're coming back down lower. So now what did I see that we created? We created a 2-minute fair value gap, and as you guys see, we literally have been like this 2-minute fair value gap is holding up the freaking country. So again, I'm waiting for some sort of confirmation for this. My confirmation in this trade example was this 2-minute inversion. So what did we do on the 2-minute? In the 2-minute, let me go and play this out back. We close below this fair value gap. So we have an inverse fair value gap. I really like this trade. We're delivering from this 2-minute, and obviously we have our draws down below. So in this example, this was a pretty, I wouldn't even call it, this is a good take profit, right? But with the conditions we're creating, and obviously you guys, this is called like identifying market structure. This whole range is just shit. We're not delivering. So of course I wanted to take a quick 1-to-1 here on NASDAQ down to our sell side. Let's go and play this out. I entered shorts, And as you guys see, we have my break even here. Why? Because this is a draw on liquidity that we could potentially push towards, reject, or react off this, something like this, and then push back higher. So I was being safe with this, great break even, and this trade played out. Was able to capitalize, make some profits on the day, especially with my mistake last night with my accounts being connected. But again, green on the day, green on the week, super happy with it, and overall super green on the month. So happy with this, ending the week off with a bang. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Today's Friday, gonna enjoy the weekend. See what markets want to do. What's great about what we're doing right now is that we're finally getting some sort of direction. The fact that we're at this weekly low or daily low, you can call it, is so major because we actually have direction. Price, obviously, like, we'll see what we do next week, but if we can trade into this, and then kind of chop around, and then Monday opens, somewhat relatively well, we have really good draws up above. So I mean, like, it depends what we do again, but like obviously I can already say that I'm bullish for next week. But we've got to be patient and see what we end up doing. But this was my trade recap on the day. If you guys have any questions, ask in the comments. And yeah, good week for me. Of course, took my first loss yesterday, so broke the streak. But again, today I was able to capitalize and get a win back. So happy with this. Green on the week, green on the month. And yeah, let's continue this. Like and subscribe. I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna start posting some cool videos. I might do some, little boot camp stuff. A little bit on my model as well, and of course, just help you guys out. Of course, this is why I do this. I want to help you guys out and get you guys building and learning trading. The skill of trading is so cool to understand, and of course, it's taken me a long time to get to this point. But I love to share my knowledge. I love to help other people. My students are freaking killing it, literally blowing my mind away. They took a trade today. All of them are green on the day. So again, I love that. Super cool as a teacher, a mentor to see that. So if you guys are interested in being one of my students, you can DM me on Instagram and we can talk about something. I'm going to be doing another class here pretty soon. Next week is our last week of my class. So again, we're wrapping that up. But again, great week, great month so far. Let's continue to build, like, and subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next video.